Welcome to my channel. Try to hear the latest story.
My partner messaged me, saying she was staying late at the office. But then I spotted her in her pal's ladies' evening post on Instagram, locking lips with my supervisor. I responded, "That's fine." After that, I sent the clip to Human Resources under the heading Improper Affair. The immediate last salary notification she got the following day. I, a 32-year-old guy, work as a lead information specialist at a major transportation and distribution company, or what I refer to as an expert in managing digital tables. My girlfriend, Naya, 29, and I have shared a relationship for 4 years. We resided together in my apartment, which I purchased prior to knowing her. Roughly a year back, I assisted her in securing a position in our firm's promotional team. She's intelligent, driven, and I felt honored to see her there. My immediate superior is Dominic, 45. He's the director of data analysis, a long-term employee at the organization. Wedded, with 2 children, residing in that ideal outlying small estate. He's also effectively the leader of promotions, positioning him as Naya's superior's superior, a prominent figure in our business headquarters. Over the last couple of months, Naya has seemed detached, putting in extra hours all the time. This fresh item rollout is simply wild. Leo, have to push through, honey. This is my opportunity to wow Dominic. She mentioned him frequently, and he, conversely, began acting unusually friendly toward me. "You're fortunate, Leo," he'd comment by the beverage station, patting my shoulder. Naya's a true achiever, a standout. Seemed strange, sleazy, but I convinced myself I was merely acting like a standard, suspicious fellow. Yesterday evening, Thursday, my suspicion turned out to be my instinctual warning. At 7:15 p.m., my device vibrated. Naya, ugh, this presentation isn't completing on its own. Dominic is requiring everyone to remain overtime to finish it. Don't stay awake for me. Get yourself some takeout. Affection. I messaged in return, "Leo, that stinks. Best wishes. It's okay. Love you as well." So I requested the food. Started up my gaming console. Around 9:30 p.m., I'm browsing social media during a game loading screen. I notice a fresh update from Jenna, one of Naya's promotional colleagues. The icon is vibrant, labeled Ladies' Evening. I clicked it, blasting tunes, tinking drinks, a tavern I wasn't familiar with. Jenna is chuckling, recording herself and another companion. Yay, Thursday is the fresh weekend. My gut tightened. Overtime work. Huh? I clicked to the following part of her update. It was a 10-second recording. Jenna appeared to be sweeping the area, and she swept directly into a shadowy, rounded seating area where Naya was. And she wasn't with her female friends. She had her fingers in a guy's locks, and they were, without doubt, passionately kissing, devouring one another's mouths. The guy, naturally, was Dominic, my superior, her superior's superior. The footage was so distinct, undeniable. I experienced nothingness, simply absolute, frigid polar frost. The disloyalty wasn't a fiery fury of a substance response. It was immediate, cooling lucidity. She didn't merely betray. She deceived, continuously, for months. She betrayed with my wedded superior, the individual who approves my time off, the individual who conducts my evaluations. She wasn't simply my partner. She was a huge, mobile, verbal personnel policy breach. I captured the screen of the footage, stored it, mailed it to my private account, secured it in my confidential online storage. Then I grabbed my device and messaged Naya again. Just 2 terms, "Leo, that's fine. I understand. I previously stated it." This was altered. This was acknowledgement. This was the "alright, I comprehend" message. The heading indicates I responded this way, and I'm adhering to it. It was my ultimate, icy response once I was aware. Then I accessed my professional computer. I signed into my business mail. I retrieved the staff manual. Part 4.1a, Socializing and Clashes of Concern. Connections between a leader and any underling in their immediate or secondary line of authority are firmly banned since they establish an inherent authority imbalance, possibility for bias, and an unfriendly workplace for others. Oh, they captured that aspect perfectly. I drafted a fresh message. To Brenda Stephen, top legal advisor. Blind copy, my private mail. Critical. Improper connection. Sector 4.1a. And unfriendly workplace. Dear Brenda and Stephen, it is with great sorrow that I need to disclose a grave violation of firm rules. I have recently obtained unquestionable dated visual proof of an unsuitable intimate bond between my immediate overseer, Dominic, and my companion, Naya, a promotions organizer. As you're aware, Dominic oversees the division for both data and promotions, situating Naya in his secondary and my primary line of authority. This bond, and their following untruthfulness regarding overtime, refer to the attached message from Naya, generates an unsustainable clash of concern, an unfriendly workplace for me individually, and questions all latest career decisions, including my own assessments and any of Naya's recent task progressions. The included footage was captured at 9:28 p.m. this evening. I am profoundly worried about my career position and the evident risk of payback from Dominic. Kindly suggest on subsequent actions. I will be operating remotely tomorrow, Friday, awaiting your direction. Regards, Leo, Lead Data Specialist. I selected Attach. Added the 10-second screen capture. I reviewed the message once more. Press Send. The clock showed 9:54 p.m. I powered down my gaming system. The food lacked flavor. I couldn't rest. This morning, 8:01 a.m. A message from Brenda, topic critical. Leo, appreciate you highlighting this. We are addressing it with maximum gravity. Your confidentiality is valued. Please proceed with remote work. I will contact you at 10 a.m. Ensure you're reachable. I passed the following 2 hours consuming dark brew. My fingers trembled. At 9:45 a.m., my personal device went off repeatedly. 12 unanswered calls from Naya. 3 unanswered calls from Dominic. A flood of messages. Naya, Leo, what have you done? They've blocked my computer entry. My mail is inaccessible. Contact me. Leo, they contacted me. They dismissed me. Dominic, Leo, contact me. We must discuss. This is a mix-up. You destroyed my existence. The entrance bell began sounding. Repeatedly, I peered through the viewer. It was Naya, distraught, banging on the entrance. My professional device rang. It was Brenda from personnel. Leo, are you in a calm spot? Yes, I replied as Naya yelled my name from the corridor. Yes, I am. Leo, following a short yet definitive review, both Dominic's surname and Naya's surname have been dismissed from the firm, starting now. Their behaviors were an outright no excuses infringement of our behavior guidelines. We are shocked at the violation of confidence, particularly from a high-level executive. As she's speaking this, Naya is still yelling. Leo, I know you're inside, you jerk. Unlock this entrance. Brenda, I stated, my tone stable. I must end this call. The former staff member is presently outside my residence. Oh goodness, do you require protection? No, Brenda, I believe I can manage this. I disconnected. I approached the entrance. I checked my device. Naya had just relayed a message to me. The one she got at 9:35 a.m. topic. Critical. Last compensation. Job dismissal. Dear Naya, this message confirms that, after an examination into a severe violation of firm rules, your position with the organization is ended. Starting now. I unlocked the entrance. She was disheveled. Makeup smeared all over. Her overtime attire from yesterday wrinkled. You? She wept. You wrecked me. No, Naya, I replied, my tone frosty. You wrecked yourself. You deceived and you betrayed with my superior. That was unwise. It was an error, she screamed. It simply occurred. You didn't need to cause my dismissal. Dominic was planning to advance me. I'm certain he was. You have 60 minutes to gather a suitcase. Collect your necessities. What do you mean? I reside here. No, I stated, resting against the frame. You've been a visitor for 2 years and your stay is formally concluded. Gather your items. Update 1. It's been 7 days. My existence has turned into a courtroom spectacle I never tried out for. Initially, the repercussions from the cleanup, as my colleagues at work are terming it. Instructing Naya to collect was merely the initial scene. Naya, you can't evict me. I possess entitlements. I'll contact law enforcement. Proceed. Inform them your partner who possesses the apartment is evicting you because you betrayed him with his superior and you're both jobless. Observe the outcome. She didn't contact authorities. She contacted her parent. I remained there, limbs folded, as she engaged in a frantic yelling dialogue. Mother, he's evicting me. Due to a confusion at the job. Yes, he caused my dismissal. No, I lack funds. It was pitiful. She assembled a bag, meanwhile crying and hurling objects. You'll lament this, Leo. You're a beast. I'm an information specialist. Naya. I merely displayed the details. You reached the incorrect deduction. She departed, closing the entrance so forcefully my artwork dropped from the surface. Farewell. Now, the genuine arrogance. The firm is in disorder. Dominic was a section leader. His abrupt exit. They distributed a unclear, "We hope he succeeds in his upcoming pursuits" message. Created a massive leadership gap. I've received commendation from personnel for my honesty. It's odd. But the antagonists aren't accepting this passively. Initially, Naya. She's been residing with Jenna. Haha, the sarcasm. She must have depleted her funds in like 48 hours. She dispatched a series of messages. Naya, I can't cover my vehicle payment. This is on you. Naya, I require $5,000 immediately, or I'm informing everyone you were harsh. It's repayment for my position and my mental anguish. You are indebted to me, Leo. I captured images of them, forwarded to my private mail, didn't answer. Then arrived Dominic, or actually his spouse, Belinda. She located me on social media, dispatched a lengthy wandering note. You caused this. You demolished my household. Dominic is a decent individual, a decent parent. He forfeited his position, his standing. My kids are weeping. It was your minor temptress partner who lured him. She was constantly displaying herself. To him, he's the sufferer here. Goodness, the illusion. Belinda, you must correct this. You must contact personnel. Inform them it was an artificial video. Inform them it was an error. Withdraw your declaration. Restore his position. You are obligated to my household for that. Me, Belinda, I regret your circumstances, but I won't deceive my organization. Your spouse is an adult who chose. Please avoid contacting me further. Belinda, you will suffer for this. You lack understanding of what you've accomplished. I restricted her. I believed that was the sneaky maneuver. I was mistaken. The day before I was notified. At my apartment, a guy in an inexpensive outfit delivered me a packet. I'm facing litigation. Not from Naya. From Dominic. He's pursuing me for $250,000. The accusations: defamation, written defamation, and wrongful disruption of a commercial agreement. His assertion that I, a dissatisfied and envious worker, fabricated the footage. He asserts it was a cordial, celebratory embrace at an approved group activity that I spitefully artificially created to cause his dismissal. He's asserting I was overlooked for advancement. I wasn't, and this was my deranged vengeance. I merely gazed at the documents. This is crazy. He's an affluent, influential person. I'm simply myself. This is frightening. There's the weakness, people. I'm mortal, but it worsens. Included in the submission was a declaration. Avowed account. From Naya. She's his key testifier. Her account asserts I was harsh and dominating. That I was aware she and Dominic were merely intimate pals and guides. That I had warned to destroy her if she ever departed from me. And that she thinks the footage is a creation made by me in a burst of envious anger. She performed false testimony. For him, they're united. They're both without jobs, frantic, and they've concluded I'm the one who will compensate. I'm not merely battling a former partner anymore. I'm battling my rich, linked former superior who has partnered with my former partner to demolish me. I contacted an attorney right away. This is far, far beyond my expertise. Last update. It's been 4 months. 4 months of torment. And it's ultimately finished. The legal action was, as my attorney termed it, a total farce. I was expending funds I lacked on attorney costs. The tension was enormous. My firm placed me on compensated temporary suspension awaiting the result of the case, which essentially meant they were safeguarding themselves. I felt isolated. Dominic's approach was to overwhelm me with documents, to drain me financially until I withdrew my account. Naya, his minor false testifying accomplice, was evidently residing in a residence he was funding. They were fully committed. My attorney, a fierce one named Tessa, was my sole expectation. Tessa. They're asserting the footage is artificial. And it was a group occasion. This is a demonstrable falsehood. We must go all out on the truths. Who shared the initial footage? Naya's pal Jenna. Excellent. We question Jenna. We request records from the tavern. The questioning. Jenna was unhappy to participate. She was scared. Trapped between her companion Naya and a national false testimony accusation. Dominic's. Ms. Jenna surname. You attended a firm-approved group-enhancing occasion on the evening of the date, right? What? No. It was a female's evening at the Scarlet Salon. And Mr. was present as a guardian? Executive? A guardian? No. He joined us there. Naya welcomed him. She mentioned he desired to commemorate the initiative's debut. Jenna, did you, at any moment, modify, revise, or artificially create the footage you shared on your social media update? No. Heavens no. I don't even understand how. I was moving, I swept my device, and I recorded them. I didn't even comprehend what I'd recorded until Leo messaged me. What the heck? I removed it immediately. So the footage is completely authentic. That is your vowed evidence. Glances at Naya, who is positioned in the edge. Yes, it's authentic. Naya placed her face in her palms. The retaliation, that was satisfying. But this was the decisive strike. Your Honor, Dominic and Naya's whole assertion depends on this being a cordial embrace at a group occasion. We have demonstrated it was not a group occasion. Now let's discuss the cordial aspect. Tessa presented our requests. First, Jenna's additional social media shares. She had a restricted friends update. I'd overlooked it. But Jenna, facing risk of false testimony, provided it to us. It was a recording from earlier that evening. Jenna mumbling a bit. When the superior purchases you luxury bubbly. Hey, appreciate it, Dominic. She sweeps to Dominic, who lifts a flute of bubbly and blinks at the recorder. Dominic's expression paled. But that's not everything. Tessa. And lastly, Your Honor, we possess the detailed, dated bill from the Scarlet Salon for Mr. Dominic's charges. She displayed it on the screen. 2 containers of premium champagne. $800. 6 coffee cocktails. For bourbon mixes. Sum, $1,142.50. Settled at 9:45 p.m. By Dom X. He didn't merely betray. He didn't merely deceive. He didn't merely perform false testimony. He purchased $1,100 of bubbly and drinks for his underlings on a non-job evening using the firm card. The outcomes. It was concluded. Dominic's attorney, observing his client had just confessed to company card misuse on top of false testimony, promptly requested a break. The legal action against me was withdrawn within 60 minutes. Tessa, my splendid fierce one, promptly submitted a counterclaim for spiteful legal pursuit, character attack, and complete reimbursement of my attorney expenses. Dominic, confronting a fresh review from our firm for misuse, they were displeased, and legal accusations for false testimony resolved so rapidly it dazed me. He had to cover my full attorney invoice, $38,200, and an extra $20,000 for harms, which I gladly took. Belinda, his spouse, who had been positioned at the rear of the courtroom, listened to all of it. The bubbly, the appreciate Dominic blink, the false testimony. She submitted for separation the following day. He's forfeiting his small estate. He's forfeited his profession. He's excluded in our field now. He's forfeited his household. Naya, she's the true misfortune. She's culpable of false testimony. She's unable to find work. Jenna and her whole companion circle severed ties with her for deceiving and involving them in legal proceedings. Dominic, as component of his separation, can't assist her any longer. Last I learned, she was serving at a franchise eatery, residing with her mother. She attempted to message me from a fresh contact. Naya, I'm regretful. I realize I erred. He controlled me. Please Leo, I possess nothing. I simply restricted the contact. As for me, the firm expressed deep regret. They reinstated me from suspension with an advancement to Dominic's former role. Just teasing. But I received a substantial increase and a fresh designation. The entire ordeal cost me 4 months of rest and mental health. Cost me a bond one believed was genuine. I suffered a monetary loss, but I recovered it. I wasn't some adventure protagonist. I was merely a fellow who was betrayed. But I'm a fellow who maintains records. The finest aspect? My retaliation wasn't some elaborate wicked scheme. I merely revealed the reality. I displayed the information, and I allowed their own arrogance, their own deceptions, and their own foolishness to handle the remainder. They constructed their own confinement. I merely provided the visual proof for the barriers. I'm planning an extended trip, somewhere without mobile coverage.